Hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Gimme a Whole Year Wrestling Podcast. My name is Ant, and this is...
Hello, my children. Yowie wowie. I'm Ollie.
Yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie.
Bray Wyatt. How exciting is that?
I'm not sure if exciting is the word. Deeply confusing.
Disturbing.
And slightly erotic.
We did a video that was slightly erotic. We did a video which was how do we should book Bray Wyatt.
And you got
go check it out.
Scarily close.
Scarily close. Next thing we'll have a dilapidated ice cream truck. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
This confirms though? WWE is watching these videos.
Yeah, right.
And then stealing our ideas.
NXT UK 40 is what we're looking at today from the 24th of April. We're sorry we were a bit late. Just been busy.
Super busy week last week. Mostly my fault. I had a really busy week.
We're back. Last week, Jamil, or JM914 now.
Oh,
he's changed his name.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's Jamil.
Oh, maybe it is, maybe it's not.
Maybe I think it is.
Jamil.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Jamil.
Jamil.
He says everyone hates Ligero. It's a lot of hate, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hate.
Yeah.
I think it's because we was talking about Cassius Ohno building up to
and everybody just comes out and goes like, you know who I really dislike?
Although let us know if you hate Ligero.
I love Ligero.
You know, I think Ligero's been let down a lot. I really do.
I think he's getting a lot of airtime, which is cool. I mean, I'm sure that means money in his pocket.
Good, man.
He's had a few okay matches. I don't think they're using him to his full potential. Certainly not fun, judging what. Yeah, like he's capable of so much more, definitely. But I'm just glad that he is on the product at this point, because they could have, like, he's such what is it, Lendenzian luchador?
Yeah.
Like, it's such a strange gimmick when you think about it, particularly even for WWE. It's a strange thing. So
yowie
like
wowie.
They could yowie wowie. They could have skipped by that, do you know, and they could have gone, let's get somebody else, or make him not wear the mask.
Yeah, I just want to see him have more fun. That's what I agree.
I agree.
Lewis Marrow also commented on one of our previous videos, which was the Walter versus Pete Dunne NXT Takeover review. He said he's rewatched the match twice, and he's been absolutely riveted both times. I've rewatched the match, actually. It's a good match. It was nice to watch it separately without watching the rest of Takeover. I really enjoyed that, actually.
It is a great match.
It did Dunne no disservice to lose the belt, but a rematch seems a bit pointless.
I'm sort of in agreement at this point. I've seen a bit of the spoilers from the most recent taping. And it's really kind of confusing about what order and stuff they film stuff in, because apparently next week Devlin's meant to get a match against Walter, but I had a little look to see if there was like a result for that.
Devlin's been doing the promos against Walter and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, but then there's like other stuff going on, so I don't know. I'm not a bit confused by it all, but I'm kind of ready to move on.
I just want to move out of Brooklyn, man. I want to get out of these episodes.
Whatever we do, get away from Brooklyn. But if Pete Dunne doesn't get his rematch straight away and they go on to a different feud, I'm kind of okay with that.
Cool.
You know, let Pete Dunne maybe come back and take it further down the line.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Something like that would be cool.
I think they're still holding out on what they're doing in the main roster or Takeover, or there's rumours of a Money in the Bank NXT ladder match it might be, and all this sort of stuff. So I think they're probably keeping Dunne away from it to keep him call-upable, if you like, to whatever that is.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome to always hear your comments. Thank you so much. Leave a comment down below if you think of anything during this episode. Thank you, Jamil and Lewis, or JM914. Hey, Ligero versus Cassius Ohno was the first match. Did you see that? Did you see the establishing shots at the start of the match?
No.
So they showed the arena and they showed the camera side. It is one row of seats.
Oh, that's lame.
Nothing else, man. This is like WrestleMania weekend.
Because they're still doing from Access. No, I did see it actually. Yeah, and it looked terrible, didn't it?
Yeah.
I thought at first that they'd moved because they did that establishing shot. I thought they'd moved somewhere else, and then I was like, the attendance is so bad wherever they are, and then I was like, oh no, it's still at Access.
Yeah, rubbish.
I'm so sick of these Access shows.
Me too, man. It's really jolting the product, man. It's like we get so invested in it. We have these great shows in Cambridge and Coventry,
where the crowd is like
they put these on, and it just disrupts the programming to the point where I think it'd turn people away. It'd turn me away if I want like doing
this. You know
this.
what? I think we're gonna get another week of it.
Oh no!
I think
Can we move on to Glasgow because that's going to be epic to see how the reactions
awesome.
to Gallus and stuff like that.
And because I've seen the spoilers, I know who they're going on to work a program with.
I don't,
and it's really cool.
Oh, okay, really cool. Rock and roll.
It's going to be good match. They're going to be good matches.
I'm looking forward to it. Good matches with Matt Coffey and Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, I think it's the whole of Gallus, though. I think it's Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, Wolfgang. I like them as in ring.
Yeah.
They've done some good stuff.
Ligero, red mark on his chest, man. He's been fighting Walter in some sort of dart match or something.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Not a fan of Ono's black get-up, all black, the black writing. There's a couple of guys that had this over the Access weekend.
I don't know if it was rubbish. It was a conscious choice or there was something going on with it, but it made him look like he was half dressed for a drag act.
It did. It made him look like he had gaffer tape all over his body.
And I love a drag act, but if you're not gonna put the lipstick on, Cassius, you know, I'm not interested.
No, he should just drag.
Yeah,
that is Cassius.
That'd be a great new gimmick.
That'd be cool.
I'd watch that. I genuinely think that would be amazing. Keep the beard.
Yeah.
Do the drag act, and come down knocking people out, and just be like, drag acts can be hard as well. Like, it's not all like, what's it called, Drag Race.
Yeah,
where they're all just like, saying mean things to each other all the time.
I really, and this is a bit off subject, but going to Gargano and Ciampa when they had that like 205 live 205 Cruiserweight Championship thing. I was like, and they did the whole cuddle after the match thing. I was like, it'd be really nice to see like a nice, well-told homosexual story within WWE that was done well, as opposed to Billy Gunn and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that that's never going to happen.
No,
I mean, if you
will. I think it will.
Well, if you look at this week's Raw, was it this week's Raw, last week's Raw, where they did the revival shaving each other's back thing, and they like had it like they had,
you'll still have that. That's comedy.
Yeah, apparently. But it was super kind of like making it look like, ha ha ha, they might like men.
But look at someone like Sonya Deville and stuff like that, who's wearing rainbow flags in her back pocket now and stuff like that, even though she's a heel. When she turns face, like, it's going to be big sort of.
Yeah, but that's the problem with WWE, is that they're all for like these big grandiose statements of going like, hey, stand up to bullying, and but some of the worst bullying goes on in WWE. So like, when it actually comes to putting their money where their mouth is, I don't think they actually
not very good.
And I think a lot of that stuff actually comes from the wrestlers themselves. Like, Finn Balor had the Balor Club for everybody thing. And
which, I was watching an interview with Darren Young.
Yeah.
We've gone well off topic, but that's fine. I was watching an interview with Darren Young, who again is a openly homosexual wrestler, and he was really gutted because like he was quite happy for that to be him that was leading the way forward for that, and then Balor comes out after he'd just been released with that sort of thing, and it's quite interesting, man.
I mean, I think
there's a place for it, and I think it'll come sooner than you think.
I would hope so, and I believe there's a place for it. I just don't think WWE thinks so. I think that until Vince McMahon is dead, he's always going to find that as an easy target.
Anyone got any arsenic or?
I mean, it is what it is. But I would love to see something like like Golden Lovers. Yeah, that was a really great thing. I mean, it's never been like overtly said like this is what that is, but because in interviews they're always like they get asked a question about it and then they just talk around the point for like 20 minutes. But something like that in WWE would be amazing. I'd love to watch it. But I just don't think it will happen because I think they're too Vince McMahon still finds pushing people into swimming pools funny. Do you know what I mean? Like he's always going to be like, that man shaved that other man's back, it might mean that they're bummers.
Would you shave my back?
If you really needed me to.
Thank you.
I'd probably ask for a coffee or something in return, or something. Just be like, hey, make me a coffee, I'll shave you that.
Cool, thanks, man. You shave my back, I'll shave yours. I think it's a true sign of a man. Some reversals from Ligero, so back to Ligero and Ono match. The reversals from Ligero quite early on, some of which seemed really pointless. One where he jumped onto the ring apron and then back into the ring for no real reason. Ono silenced him with a big boo. Ligero delivers a flip off the apron and hits Ono, but follows through face first into the steps. But I don't ever feel like that spot was capitalized on on in any sort of meaningful way. Oh no, keeps the match.
It all seems super low energy and low impact.
Yeah. I think partly it's the crowd, but I think in general,
bored.
it was.
I think the wrestlers
really
were bored, the crowd was bored,
yeah.
Everybody was bored of Access and WrestleMania weekend at this point. They just wanted the big shows to happen, and they weren't bothered about all the rest of it.
If we was there, we would have been proper chanting, "Daddy long legs."
I think, I don't know if I would. I'd have felt well awkward if I was the only person chanting. I'd have been like, oh.
We would have been there, man. Yeah. We would have brought the party.
Oh no,
keeps the match grounded. Ligero doesn't get air assault for way too long in the match, man. Like if you're gonna have, needs to be the person that swats Ligero out of the way, not the person that keeps it grounded. It just didn't work for me. Nice spot where Ono goes for the boot, but Ligero catches it, and they have the test of strength holding the boot. That was really quite cool.
He just like slowly stands on him.
Yeah, it was cool. But could have made more of the spot as well, like keep him down there while holding him, with
like they could have held that for a while, and get a real proper like David Goliath thing going.
When Ligero does get the advantage, it starts with punches, knee strikes, and it missed any urgency really. Ligero eventually gets into the air with a springboard splash. Ligero hits code red. Ono flips backwards really well for a big guy. Ligero hits sliced bread using the ring steps. Ono goes to take off the Ligero's mask. He unzips the back of it, and during that his mask all gets tangled, he can't see, and during that distraction the KO punch happens to get the win. I like the ending. I don't think that's bad. I like some of the little spots, but the match was rubbish.
It wasn't a great match, you're right. I think that the finish was kind of like, it was a good opportunity for Cassius Ono to show his ring smarts. It made me go like, why would you ever choose to wear a mask? Because you're just asking for someone to try and undo it.
I didn't mind that. It was a little bit different, and it was fine. And I like the fact it wasn't about taking off the mask; it was just about using that as a distraction.
Cover his eyes.
That was cool. I didn't mind that.
Believe that's not an illegal move. Do you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't he have been in some way penalised for just going like, haha, you can't see, punch you in the head?
Is a wedgie an illegal move?
I think it might be, because I think anything that affects the nether regions, you're not allowed to do. And I think a wedgie would count as like. Also, I don't think you'd be able to like palm chop up their butt crack. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that would be. You're not allowed to like.
That's like a finishing move, man.
Probably not either, so I don't know.
Cool. There's loads of little segments here, so we'll try and get through them. Jordan Devlin interview about his match with Walter. Johnny is saying has made it a non-title match. Devlin is going to beat and hurt Walter to make himself undeniable for a title match. Maybe that's what we're getting next week at another Brooklyn show.
Yeah, maybe, and they'll lose obviously because. Because why would you have Walter not go?
I don't think Walter will have the title because this would have been filmed before Takeover.
Maybe that's why it's a non-title.
That's probably why. The Hunt video package, we've seen it all before, just edited slightly to include the most recent match.
Oh, I do want to talk very briefly about while we're on. Well, just before we move on from Devlin and Walter. Have you seen much OTT over the top wrestling?
You showed me a promo which was bloody awesome.
So they're an Irish promotion where of course Devlin is like super face.
Super face.
I don't know if he still is, but at the time he was. And he's had 2 matches with Walter previously. One at WrestleRama and one at Scrapomania 5, I think, or something like that. They got great names for their pay-per-views. I was watching a bit, actually. It's really good. It's really fun. It reminds me of, like not Attitude Era WWF, but somewhere between Attitude Era WWF and ECW.
Okay.
Like, it's got this weird kind of, like, brutal, sweary, aggressive nature to it, but also some really good storytelling.
Cool.
It's really fun. But basically, Devlin and Walter have had 2 matches on that promotion. I watched both. Really good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Really good.
I can't wait to see it.
But it makes me want Devlin to be a face.
Yeah, I like him as a heel, man. I really like him as a heel.
Having now seen him do both, because he's like super face in OTT.
His head's too big to be a face.
No, that makes him even better at being a face because more of his body is face. He could be super face. They could do that as a chant. Super face.
Yeah, that's cool.
Or your big face. Your big face. Or something like that. But I want to see that match on NXT UK, but I want to see it for the title. And I want to see Devlin go in as face. And I want to see him get destroyed, and then I want to see him fight back and go on a long path of redemption.
I think it'll be very difficult at the minute to turn him face. I really do.
I think because he's too good as a heel. But that's just like
credit to his talent. Oh, your new favorite. Who's better, Zack Gibson or Jordan Devlin?
I think they're too different to compare. I don't know.
Don't make me choose between my children.
I love them both.
Next up, we have Devlin and Will Ospreay is a great match to go back and watch if you are into it. Watch it. Not Devlin, Walter and Will Ospreay. But you're not.
Devlin. I think Devlin had a match with Will Ospreay. I
bet that's amazing. Will
on OTT.
Wish Will Ospreay was in NXT UK. The Hunt video package. Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel or whatever is backstage at Access, walking around, and suddenly Undertaker makes a cameo, popping up behind them. There's a fan dresses cosplaying Undertaker.
Dear.
Yeah,
I love it.
So they're having a go. Fans are having a go at the fact that fans can come to these places like Access and hold a belt when a belt should be worked for. The ring is sacred. This sort of idea. Why would you? I work this hard to get to an entrance, and you can just pay to come and do this. This is stupid.
Yeah, it's Love so good. You know what? I was at a NGW, which is a local promotion near us. I was at an NGW show. And they do a thing at like the halftime where
kids get in the ring
and have photographs. And I think it was who was it at that point? It was somebody quite like famous who's been on like TNA and stuff. It's like I was gonna say Eddie Dennis, but it's not Eddie Dennis. Like Edward.
Anyway,
I can't remember what his name is. But anyway, but he was like in the ring. I was like, this would be such a good opportunity for someone to come out and be like, how dare you let them scrub lords in the ring?
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like,
they should come in and like rock bottom the kids. Like, just destroy them. They've got a line of children to just
to whip them all, like knock them all over like dominoes.
Yeah, I was like that at WrestleMania, you know, when Kofi's like kids come in to celebrate with him. I was like, Big E, just big ending them, man.
Just big ending them. These two kids.
Oh man, that would have been great.
Such a good heel turn. But do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like something like that. And I say when they do this like angle with like the ring is sacred, like I hate these fans kind of thing. Yeah. It feels like a new, fresh way of going, like, because every heel comes out and runs down the fans. You know, how often do we see Elias come out and go like, this town smells. I hate being in this town. You're all lame. Yeah. Your local sports teams are lame. Insert local celebrity here.
Yeah, but that's because it's all done in the ring for the crowd. So that's what Elias does. And most heels, you're right, do it in the ring to insult the crowd that are there. They're making very clever promo packages doing that. And that's quite different.
But I think that they could be like more specific about what, you know, that's why Daniel Bryan was so good. And he's been so good as a heel, because he goes like, I hate you all and this is the reason why, because you're destroying the planet. You know, Sami Zayn has been coming out recently and like absolutely tearing into the fans and doing a really good job of it, because he has some legitimate gripes. Whereas like someone who just comes out and goes like, your town smells. Yeah. And you're like, well, all right, that's not even remotely insulting.
It's old fashioned,
But this kind of like coming out and having a real reason behind why it is you hate the fans, it's been really nice, really refreshing. Really,
I mean, they could have certainly like hit that cosplayer Undertaker or something.
It would be great if he was like a plant and they like just did a double team.
That'd be great, man. That'd be awesome.
But I feel like that's where this could lead.
That'd be fine. Like, I don't think it will though, because I don't think they can carry it without Access being there. Like,
also, there's probably like a thing about them playing with the idea of kayfabe with fans being like assaulted and stuff. I think there's probably a grey area there where they go like, I don't know if we can do that.
Maybe not. Fans, they can certainly do more with this. I think maybe some signings and stuff. Maybe the whole thing with kids taking photographs. They come in and break the photographer's camera.
That would be so good. That'd be great.
There's definite stuff
just like
there.
Ripping up their plastic belts, just destroying them. That'd be great.
Breaking the heads off the toys with Joseph Connors. Toni Storm enters the ring next in a mean-looking jacket, man. She looks awesome. Studs, leather, snake print. I want that jacket. It was very sexy. She's here to represent the brand in New York. Calls out all the other girls in the locker room, and she is going to be a champion for a long time. Absolutely nothing was said in this promo whatsoever.
It was also super weird that she went like, hey, we're all here at Mania weekend, and like
it's 3 weeks
and the show has been like pretending that it's 3 weeks later, but then she's going in the same show, hey, but also we're actually here 3 weeks ago, and that's it doesn't, timelines don't add up.
Maybe
what are you doing?
A time traveler.
Like, if it was a really good promo and she had something really important to say, I'd feel like it was worth keeping it in. But like, she did like a standard promo. There was nothing special.
This was all about the end. She walks out, Kaylee Ray, and have a little square up, and that's all it was. That's the only reason they sent her out there.
Also, like, weird statement. I'm going to be champion for a long time is a weird statement to make. I think, like, either you go, I'm going to be the best or most memorable champion ever, or you go, I'm going to be champion forever, because you're that confident in yourself. You don't go like, I'm going to be champion for a while and then I'm going to lose
approximately 4 weeks.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like putting a time limit on your own title reign is a weird thing to do.
A weird concept.
Be like, I don't know, me going like, oh, I'm gonna like beforehand going like, I'm gonna be the best, snooker player in the world for 8 months. Like, it's just like, no,
it's not logical.
You just build yourself up rather than going like, I'm gonna be great for a while,
for a little bit. Kaylee Ray versus Xia Li is the next match.
Xia Li and Xia Brookside should have a feud over who has the right to be called Xia. And then Xia Brookside should lose and then get repackaged and then come back and be brilliant.
As Roberta Brookside. After her father. Baby. After her father died in her early teens, she becomes somewhat of a vigilante in her city.
What was this? What was this?
Right, you could, so this is what Nigel McGuinness says. No, it's not. No, of course she wasn't there. Like Batman in.
That's why I was like, this is so insane. It has to be true.
No,
because it was like a Glow. Have you seen Glow?
Yes.
You know, like when that guy, the really awful dude, he's like really dumb and he like doesn't really know anything, and he's the commentator and he always says the really stupid stuff. You know, like this was
Nigel McGuinness in this, man.
He was going like, like that guy, and he goes like, oh, she's the Russian, ravishing Russian, and she's, she's come over because she hates America.
She wants to go.
She's a communist. It felt like that. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Nigel McGuinness, you cannot just say she's a vigilante as a throwaway comment, right?
I'd be like, what?
But now let's watch the wrestling. I want to know more, man. I want a comic book.
I'm sorry. If she's a vigilante and she's getting beaten by, who is it? Like, Kaylee Ray, some Scottish fake wrestler. Like, what?
It's funny.
Like at that point, if you go like Kaylee Ray trained as a wrestler, this person legitimately beat up criminals, I'd go, well, what?
But it's also she's a vigilante, and she comes out looking like a Mortal Kombat character with a fan. Like she's like Batman with a fan. Fan man.
Xia Li fan man.
I just don't get it, man. Let us know what you think in the comments below.
So
if you have any knowledge of her vigilante
if
experience.
she turns out to actually be a vigilante, I'm going to be so happy.
Vigilantes just don't exist.
Oh my god.
Let us know. So arm lock start, bit slow. Advantage over Lee as she holds her arm in the air. Some arm wrenches. Xia Li starts flipping around kicks, but Ray backs up. Kelly Ray starts focusing on Zia's shoulder on the turnbuckle, as well as a submission. Xia Li eventually hits Ray with a spinning heel kick, but it doesn't put Ray away. Kaylee Ray hits the Widow's Peak after a little build-up with a super kick.
Yeah.
Was this the worst match of NXT UK so far?
No.
I thought it was awful.
It was not great.
It was boring.
Xia Li's kicks are class. That, like, over the top where they ducked it. No, we've had way worse matches than this. Way worse.
Seriously,
really
if WWE keep, like, putting this on, like...
It's the Access weekend, man. It'll get better. The crowd makes it really dull as well. I think, like, with a good crowd, it makes a huge difference. I think that match would have been more exciting with a better crowd.
But, like, it's just rubbish. And you've got, like, a competitor in AEW, and I'm sorry to bring it up, and I know everyone's talking about it, and blah, 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 blah. But AEW sounds really exciting.
Yep.
Like I was excited for NXT every time I get built up, and then suddenly they just throw out this Access Week.
Yeah, I mean, it's been going on for so long now as well. I'm really done with it at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a good crowd. I don't know why they thought, oh yeah, we'll get like 4 weeks of programming out of this.
Yeah,
because they should have done like 2 matches and gone, let's just scrap this.
Yeah,
it's terrible. Yeah, like it's really bad.
Just put it on in the UK. It can't cost that much, man.
No.
You know, it can't.
Not with a company of that. So not when you've just, sold your soul to Saudi Arabia.
You're offering £500,000
you just
to
murdered 36 people.
Yeah, yeah. Piper Niven's backstage signing autographs or access. I sort of wanted the Marcel and Fabian Aichner thing to carry on here. Yeah. For them just to walk by and just like scowl, that'd be great.
Do you know what super annoyed me about this? Right, first rule of being an interviewer is ask a question.
Yes.
Like, he didn't even ask a question.
No.
He just went like,
you're signing autographs.
Yeah, and he was like, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
It's like me going like, this is a mug.
The interviewers always do it, man. The interviewers always, even Ratsy is doing it, man.
It's terrible.
It's awful. The interviewer says something about Rhea. Piper says she's a bully. She has no time for bully. Let's see how she likes it. Now there's someone a little bit too big to push around.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll see what it goes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm not super excited, but again, it's one of those ones that like...
I sort of am. I think it could be really good.
It could be really good, but I'm not excited yet.
No.
They haven't done enough to make me excited.
No. Cool. But they're building it up well in terms of... they're building up something without having squashes.
It's really generic, I think, in terms of a build. But most NXT UK stuff has been really generic, apart from when you get like Travis Banks versus...
Moments of genius.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin was absolutely incredible after the first match was thrown out or whatever. Like, after that, it got really good. That's what they need, is just something a bit different, a bit dynamic, a bit interesting.
Zach Gibson and James Drake are throwing...
Speaking of which...
I love this. Yeah, I loved it. I don't think you got it, did you? I just loved it.
Weird.
Zach Gibson and James Drake.
It was weird.
Are sniffing Kenny Williams' trousers.
They're not actually sniffing their trousers. I should.
They were just sort of throwing his ring gear in the corridor, saying, "No, he's not in this dressing room." Yeah, he could change in the corridor.
So this is a really interesting thing, actually, when you think about it. Like, when you actually break this down, and you go like, they've done these. Sorry, I just started looking like the Joker without green hair.
That's all good, man.
When you start breaking this down and you go like, okay, so they're doing this "we're the locker room leaders" shtick. I really like that, because it's a subversion of what the locker room leader thing is. Whenever on like WWE interviews and like on those hour-long specials they do on wrestlers and all those kind of things, they always go like, "Oh, Roman Reigns is a locker room leader because he's like a great guy and he helps the people and he's supportive and he's cool and whoo." But they're taking that idea of the locker room leader and they're subverting it and they're like turning it into a tyranny thing, which I think that's really interesting.
I think it's interesting. I think it's also a good way of them going, "We are the best NXT champions, we are the top of this division." It's a good way of them doing that, but in story sense, as opposed to just saying, like everyone always does, "We're the top of the division, we're the best in the world."
Absolutely.
It's their way of saying that, but backstage with the other wrestlers, I like it. I laughed.
Super interesting about it, for me, though, is that, like, so The Miz, when The Miz was forced to change in the in the hallway or whatever because he wasn't allowed in the locker room like early on in his career. Same thing happened with that guy who I hate mentioning his name because I think he's an attention-seeking little piece of Chip, holy Chip, with blonde hair, who speaks with a New Jersey accent, I think, who was partnered with Big Cass.
Enzo Amore,
yeah, I don't like him.
Okay, I like Enzo.
I know, I think he's awful.
I think his interviews are good.
His interviews are great, really interesting. He's awful. He's an awful human being.
Okay.
Anyway.
A whole podcast where we just beat people down.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
I think he's interesting. I think he's very intelligent.
I think he's super intelligent. I just think he's really cynical. Cool. And I don't like cynical people.
Okay. You say, and that's hilarious.
I hate myself.
You were sat here in this whole podcast moaning about everything.
Self-hatred.
I don't like cynical people.
Cynical actions, not cynical rhetoric.
Okay.
Anyway, so, but there's this thing about people being forced to change outside the locker room, right? And it's actually like a kind of like level of bullying, like, you know, but they're actually sort of addressing this in storyline now, which is a weird thing, which I never thought we'd see.
It could go somewhere.
I kind of hope that it does. I thought it was like a weird thing to do, like to kind of address that element of like
Chris
there is
Jericho
actually
throwing Enzo Amore off a bus.
Yeah,
I wasn't. No, Sin Cara, wasn't it?
No, Sin Cara had a fight with Simon Gotch. I think it was Roman Reigns threw Enzo off the bus. But I don't know. Somebody
Sin Cara was doing fart noises with his arm on the UK tour, and Jericho was like, "I've had enough of this. Off." Wrestling. Next match: Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster versus Moustache Mountain. Not a bad match. Last time we saw Andrews, who was stretchered off in a match against Noah Dar. I guess they're not carrying on with that injury story. I would have liked to have seen that played out a little bit more, especially during the match as well. Moustache Mountain, especially 7.
Was this recorded at the same thing?
Yeah.
As the
injury. Oh right, yes, it would have been. Yeah.
Was that in Coventry? No, that was in Coventry.
Oh, was it the last one?
Yeah, it was in Coventry because there was a really good reaction to it, and we wouldn't have got a really good reaction.
No, you wouldn't.
Like if they'd have got injured at Access, they'd have been like, boring. We're boring.
We want Roman.
We want the rest of the weekend. We want merchandise.
Moustache Mountain, especially Trent Seven, look like they're having such a laugh during the entrances. He's really enjoying playing with it. They look like they're having a good time. They're great.
Yeah, I think they knew that the crowd was lame, so they had to kind of do everything they can. It was actually the biggest reaction that any match, I think, so far in Access has had.
Easily. Little Orders Bate starts squatting during a wrist lock. That sort of stuff is fun when it gets a crowd reaction. When the crowd don't react, it just looks weird.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of the reversals at the start I didn't think worked because there was no reaction to it. The audience would rather watch a drop kick than multiple flips out of a reversal. And actually, in a British audience, that would have been the flips out of the reversal that the world.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been real anti-American this episode, man.
I still think it's anti-American. I think it's just anti that crowd. It was just a lame crowd. It's nothing to do with them being American. I don't think.
Some really heavy chops, all the way through the match, actually, from Sevens to Andrews.
Yeah.
Not just loud, but thudding, you know.
Yeah.
Boom. Nice springboard moonsault from Webster. Webster takes a nice drop over the top rope, hitting his head hard on the apron.
Yep.
The match is really exciting when Bates in. We get the aeroplane swing whilst doing the big swing at the same time. So he's got one on his legs, one on his shoulders.
Does it for about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's spot. I mean, you got a reaction.
I just think if you do like that kind of spot, you have to like, one, save it for a big match, and 2, do it in a like convincing way.
I don't know, because to me that's just fun, and I'd prefer the stem spots saved away from the big matches. To be honest with you, I prefer the big matches, like the title matches, to be serious, to mean something, and I don't feel that move's serious. We've talked about this a bit before.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind stuff like that in a big match, in a title match, stuff like that. I really don't. But I mind it in any case if it's like done sort of half-assed.
Okay.
Like he held it for about 3 seconds, so like the whole point of the big wing and the airplane spin is that you go for ages. If you don't go for their ages,
then
what's the point in doing it?
Yeah,
in the first place?
that's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. Andrews does his. Oh, there was a really nice exploder suplex from Bay. Bay manages to get the crowd into the match. Andrews does his power slide, followed by a backflip to attack and kick Bay and Seven.
It's a cool move, but it just takes too long because they have to stand there looking stupid for too long.
They did. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And it happens every time.
What, after the power slide?
Yeah, he like power slides and then jumps up onto his feet and then jumps into the kick. And the problem is that the people have always turned straight away.
Then maybe that's the people that need to.
Yeah, they need to set it somehow so that they go like, turn, and then they immediately get hit with the kick. But for them to just turn around and then stand there and go, come on. Hello.
Yeah. That's just a little thing, stupid. Yeah. Hopefully they'll get into it soon. 450 splash with a leg up from Webster looks sweet.
That was really cool.
Another chop from Seven, echoes in the room. I think, I've got a feeling, Ligera might not have even been fighting Walter. I think that they're all having a laugh at the minute with chops because of the whole Walter thing.
Yeah, probably.
I think all the wrestlers have got a thing where they're like, Walter thinks he can chop. Yeah, I'll chop you.
I'll chop you backstage. I'll chop you in the street.
I'll chop you down anywhere.
We'll chop them on
Lariat from Bate with support from Sevens, a near fall, which is broken up by a flying Andrew Morgan Webster.
That was cool.
Flash Morgan Webster almost. Bop and bang.
Yeah.
You're getting a bit bored of that?
Yeah.
I don't mind the bop and bang.
I'm getting really bored of it. Okay. I think it's really good in a singles match at a high, like the perfect time most perfect time it's ever been used was the one against
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like after like slugging it out, just that boom.
Yeah.
And the way Pete Dunne just sells it by just like flopping to the canvas.
It's that seriousness, that serious like brawl into suddenly a little bit of fun that actually works.
Yeah. And it's almost like you kind of believe like, like they've just punched each other in the head so many times that actually that probably would be really distracting.
Yeah.
And it, like if he suddenly went, you'd be like, what?
Or it just sort of comes out of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah, it's just this like constant like, haha, boom, boom.
Morgan gets a knee with Andrews holding Morgan gets a knee with Andrews holding to deliver a backwards headlock takedown. That's looked good.
Yeah.
Moustache Mountain gets the win with a burning hammer as Bate stops Andrews from.
Oh, do you mean the last bit? Do you mean Trent Seven forcing him into the DDT by like he like threw him in? He threw, I think it was Flash Morgan into Andrews, who ended up in the DDT position. Then he chopped Andrews on the chest, forcing the DDT on the other.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool
and fun. That was a really good.
No, there was some okay. There was some okay spots in the match.
Yeah.
Crowd didn't make help, but the audience did get into it eventually. Bate really shows how good he is at playing with an audience, and I think that's why Bate was so good to watch in this match because he elevated that audience. Big time.
Seven was great as well. I think they were all really good considering what they were working with crowd-wise.
You got else about the match?
Match was fine.
Yeah. It was okay.
Nothing that I haven't really said already. Cool. Just one like talking point that I've noted, and I was thinking about this. Are shows like this a good argument for adding in crowd chants and in post-production?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think there's any excuse.
You don't think that would have helped us as viewers at home enjoy the product more by having fake chants?
Absolutely, but I also think just go get real chants, and if you just film a show in England, you can get the real chants. Why do you need to do that? Why was this needed to be shown? I get that they had the NXT superstars across there for Access Weekend. I get that there was, giving the fans something. Yeah. I wish more people had seen it. I don't know if Access tickets were very expensive or it was I don't know what the issue was, but I just sort of feel like you don't need canned crowd, you just need to get a crowd.
Would you rather have like this kind of Access Mania shows or recordings happening the day before WrestleMania or 2 days before WrestleMania in a warehouse somewhere with a small crowd, or would you rather have one big match or dark match or something on the pre-show of Mania that showcases a couple of the guys from 205 Live and a couple of the guys from NXT UK? So what about, say, for example, Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews versus two of the guys from 205 Live in a tag team match on the Dark Show?
I wouldn't like to see that in. I wouldn't like to see that in the kickoff show at Mania, because I think Mania is too bloated anyway. And if you think the kickoff matches at the minute are the battle royales, the Andre the Giant battle royales, which is just a way of getting every wrestler on it, I don't think they'd have the opportunity to show their skill in that small time. Maybe Takeover dark match, maybe. So the sort of week after Takeover, maybe.
Could film some at Takeover.
Could have done, man.
And
you know, give us one episode where it's just filmed after Takeover. They film an episode of NXT. They film an episode of NXT UK. As they do, because they always do exactly the same on NXT TV. But you've got a crowd there, you know. And I think they could achieve the same with the UK stuff.
Yeah, even if it was just a couple of matches and you have quite like a promo heavy episode, I'd be fine with that. Yeah, because we get so many like pointless matches. Yeah, if we got like 45 minutes of programming, which was like 2 matches and a bunch of promos, I'd be like, quids in. Yeah,
fine. Yeah, this could have been half an hour. The first matches didn't matter. Okay, starts for this episode.
1 again. I think
3 quarters.
Yeah.
I'm
so done with Access.
2 good promos. 2 good promos. Let's hope it's not next week, man.
Yeah, it will
best
be,
match.
The last
Bane,
one.
7, Mandrews. Best performer.
Bait.
Yeah, Bait. Yeah. To get the crowd into it, it was interesting to watch from a sort of point of view of going, wow.
Holy chip moment.
When Undertaker turned up on NXT UK.
Okay, fair enough. Mine was the 450 assist.
450 assist. Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. Really liked it. The one.
Yeah, it was probably a move from the last match, but
it was cool.
Cool.
Nice.
Thank you so much for watching.
I don't actually hate Enzo Amore. I should put that out there.
I know him.
Doing a bit. It didn't land.
You just been. Oh, was you?
I was doing a bit.
Well, do you want to explain your bit?
No, not really. I think it's not going to be funny now because it wasn't funny.
No,
then,
but like people are going to be like, "Oh man, what did I miss?" Like he was really getting to something. What was he going to get to?
No. It was just there wasn't like
I want to know.
There wasn't like a proper punchline. I was just going to go really hard in on Enzo Amore because he like chats so much nonsense all the time, and I was just going to be like, yeah, he deserves it.
Well, that's really aggressive and cynical.
No, I know. I was like, I don't know. I thought it would be really funny to be like, ha, Enzo Amore, what a nerd.
Do you regret it? Do you?
I really regret.
Do you want to go back and edit the video? And
no, definitely not. Leave it in. Why not? We're all flawed.
Would you like to apologise to Enzo?
Oh God, no.
I mean, it didn't land with me. I just thought you were slagging him off.
No, I kind of was, okay. but I don't really mean it. Like, and I don't know him well enough to know if he's a terrible person or not.
Apologise.
I'm not going to apologise to Enzo Amore. It's like when people apologise for making jokes about the Catholic Church, and you go like, what's the Catholic Church got to worry about my jokes for?
Yeah, but then you get home and you pray and you say sorry.
No, I do not pray. I'll pray to Enzo Amore and he will hear me as much as God hears people who pray to him.
Whoa! Thank you so much for watching.
Oh my God.
What are you doing? You were being so negative this episode. I was like listening to you. I was like, God, he's really down today.
Shall I just do all my formal apologies now?
Yeah, right. Here's one to Enzo.
I'd like to apologise to Enzo Amore and God. The Catholic Church, my mum. I'd like to apologise to my mum.
Wow, I'm gonna have to give you an orange to cheer you up for the next episode.
You know what? I'm just so sick of Access. This is what it's done to me.
It is hard to talk about.
Enzo, God, I'm sorry. Please blame Access.
Boom. We've also done other videos, man. The Who Booked It Better is something that me and Ollie have been doing. Really enjoying doing that.
Yeah, it's fun.
So watch them.
We're a lot more positive and fun.
I'm fun all the time. Episodes. I'm happy all the time.
I'm miserable all the time.
No, sometimes I'm really miserable. Cool.
I said it like a joke. You said it like a matter of fact. Like,
yeah, but I just want you to feel a little bit better about yourself.
Thanks, man.
I feel like you realise.
Just cut. Just kill it.
Kill it before it breathes.
We've gone so far off the rails.
I know.
We're gonna have to make some kind of formal Facebook apology.
Fire promoter.
Oh yeah, so we're doing also a show. No one's gonna watch this far. We're like a week late on the show.
No one's actually gonna watch the video.
We're doing Fire Pro Wrestling season mode thing, like the Fire Promoter mode, where you like book your own show and that.
Slowly get more energy and get happier.
It's fun. I have some issues with it that you can't actually book the matches. Again. But it is kind of fun, and I like genuinely can't say. It's good. It's a good game. The graphics are terrible.
Thanks for watching. Keep it gay.
Really bad, but we're great on it.
So we're good. Yeah, good.
I'm so sorry.